Hi there and welcome to your yoga class. Today we are going to be concentrating on our hip flexors. Now you might know exactly where they are, you might not have a clue where they are. This is where we're concentrating, your hip flexors. They do have to work quite hard, especially if you're maybe a runner or you do a lot of walking, or even if you're sitting at a desk all day. They do get involved in quite a lot of what you do. So really important to loosen them off a little bit. And we're going to help strengthen the whole area too and do a little bit of the rest of the body. But it's all about the hip flexors tonight. So we're going to start off lying down tonight, okay? So lying down on your back, we're going to put the sole of our feet together, just lying down, okay? So your legs are sort of out in a butterfly position, soles of the feet together. Now you can put some cushions or blocks underneath your knees if you want to just rest them on. It might be a bit too stretchy for you like this. And what we're going to do with the hands is put them right up like this. That's it. Now, you should be feeling this in your inner thighs. And when your hands are up, you'll feel it all the way up the inside of your arm as well. And just close your eyes. Now, you don't have to close your eyes if you don't want to. But what we're doing here is we're just going to centre ourselves a little bit and just focus on our practice ahead. And we're also warming up that nice hip area, aren't we? So let's take a nice big inhale through our nose and feel that tummy expand out as you get that air in, and exhale through our nose as well. Feel it getting smaller. So inhale, that's it, and exhale. And you maybe find here that, it's a little bit more restricted than maybe when I'm sitting in an easy seat with my legs crossed. That's okay, we're in a different position. Our organs are compressed in a slightly different way, so it's perfectly normal. Keep taking those deep breaths in and out, that's it. Concentrating, filling your tummy up. That's it. Imagine yourself sniffing a lovely flower, maybe. That's it. And breathing back out of your nose again. And just feeling how heavy your body is on the mat, how nice and relaxed you are. Taking the time to come to your mat, get ready for your practice, and just settle in really. That's it. Now if the arms up above your head is just a little bit too much, you can come and put them down by the side here, or you can put one in your stomach and one in your chest if you like. Okay, just wherever you are most comfortable, okay? And even if you've maybe not got blocks and that's just too stretchy for you, you can lift your legs up just with the soles of your feet on the floor. That is absolutely fine, okay? Just means you maybe don't get as big an adductor stretch in there, but that's okay. We're just having a wee warm up and just centering ourselves at the moment. So a couple of nice big deep in breaths and out breaths. That's it. Feeling your body getting a little bit more relaxed and getting ready for your practice. So bringing your knees up now and bring your feet about hip width apart too, and your hands down by your sides. We're going to do some lovely windscreen wipers with our legs just to get this nice area nice and warm and mobile. So we're going to drop them over to the right, nice and slowly and controlled. That's it. Just as far as you can and back up again and over to the other side. Okay, go as slow as you want, because all we're trying to do is warm the area up and get your little hip flexors, which are right in here, working. That's it, just nice and slowly, side to side. That's it. Feel the nice stretch, and you're actually getting a little bit of a lower back massage. See, when you're rolling side to side like this, you can feel this just at the top of your bottom. Nice wee added bonus. That's it. So a couple more of these, and keep your breathing nice and relaxed as well. Nice big deep in breaths and nice big deep out breaths as well. So coming back up, we're going to put our feet down flat now, okay, and have your toes pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to bring in our left leg, give it a bit of a cuddle. Okay, bring that knee in as far as you can into your chest. Okay, and you should feel this right up the back of your bottom, in your gluteus muscles here. That's it, pull it in, and you should maybe feel that a little bit in your hip flexor as well. Pulling that in, you'll feel it right in there, but we don't want any pain, remember? No pain, slight discomfort is okay, but definitely no pain. Okay, so pulling that knee in, let that one down, pull the other knee up as well. Okay, and we don't want to be hauling our knees up. All you're doing is you're clasping, if you can, your hands around your knee and gently guiding it in, okay? No pushing and hauling when we're doing our yoga practice. That's it. So just nice. And if you feel it getting a bit too easy, just pull it in a little bit more. Okay, nice deep breaths. That's it, legs long now, and we're going to do both of them. So lift them up together, hold them, that's it. And you can rock side to side as well if you want. Okay, getting that nice lower back massage again. Lovely. And if you want to, you can come back to centre and lift your head up as well. And that gives you a lovely cervical stretch as well, because your head's off the floor. Okay, so your whole spine is getting it. But you can just as easily keep it back down on the floor. So, come in and put your legs down. We're going to come into a child's pose now. So, bend your knees again, okay? Just come up, hold behind your knees, okay? And rock and roll up. So, you might have to give it a couple of goes, or you can just come right up. And if that's too much for you, just come up however you're comfortable, okay? So, coming into a wide child's pose, which means your big toes are together. Your knees are out as far as you're comfortable with. That can be as far as your mat. You're going to bring this bottom down towards your heel. Now, if it's too much to bring it down towards your heels, put a blanket or a bolster in there to help prop you up. And you're going to come forward, just walk forward with your hands, put your head on your mat. Keep that bum on the heels if you can, and stretch your hands forward, okay? A lovely, nice, calming pose. Forehead's on the mat, or it can be on a block. If you've got a block, you can put a block in there. And just check in with that breathing again. Feeling a lovely stretch up here, just up the side of the scapula there. And you're getting a great stretch in those glutes as well. That's it. Staying here for a few breaths. Appreciating the stillness of this move, really, really calming on the nervous system, this posture. As I'm sure you can appreciate, it's very nice with your head resting on the mat and stretches you in all the right places. That's it. Now slowly just walk your hands back up, okay? We're in no rush today. And then we're going to come and sit with our legs crossed. Okay, now if this is just too much for you with your legs crossed, sit on your knees. That's no problem at all. Again, if we've got our legs crossed though, and you can have a block under your bottom as well if you want your hips a little bit higher too. But if we've got our legs crossed, we're starting to stretch in here. So it's just getting those hip flexors involved. Again, so we're going to warm up our upper body now, okay? So just pop your hands on your knees and just let your gaze fall forward, okay? Let your gaze fall forward. Make sure your sit bones are down and into that floor. You've got a lovely straight back as well, and you're feeling pretty comfortable sitting here, okay? So we are going to inhale, raise your hands up. Now really push your fingers up, okay? No lazy raising hands up. Really, really push them up, okay? And then we're going to exhale and put one hand down to the side and stretch over. So we've already lengthened, so we're stretching over. Okay, we're going to inhale, both hands up again and go to the other side. So exhale, put the other hand down and reach to the side. So let's inhale again, lengthen, hands up. And we're going to go back to the other side, but you're going to cross your hand over onto your knee and your other hand behind you and exhale and twist. That's it. Inhale, hands up again, and let's do the other side. So bring the other hand over, cross your body, other hand behind, and exhale and twist. Excellent. Coming back round to the middle. Then you're going to come up, inhale. And then you're going to put your hands behind you and interlace them, okay? And push your chest out on the exhale. That's it. Stay here for a couple of breaths. That's it. And then inhale again. And then we're going to fold forward. So reach forward with your hands in front and just pop your head down as far as it will go. And then inhale, pop your hands in your knees again. Okay, we'll do it once more and just follow along. So we're going to inhale, raise our hands up really tall. That's it. Exhale, one hand down, push over to the side. Feel that opening on your side. Then inhale again, push your hands up, really long spine. Other hand down and stretch over to the side. Back to the middle. Inhale, hands up. Cross the body with the hands and the other one goes behind. And exhale, turn and look round. Inhale again, hands up to the middle. And the other hand this time. So cross the other hand over your body. Other one behind. And exhale. Lovely. Back to the centre. Inhale. That's it. Then bring your hands down behind. Clasp them behind your back and exhale and push that chest up. Okay, stay here for a couple of breaths, a couple of inhales and exhales. Feel your chest opening. That's it. Then we're going to exhale. Bring your hands forwards. That's it. Exhale. And then inhale. Pop your hands on your knees. Doesn't that feel lovely? Okay, so now we are going to come on to our hands and knees and we're going to do a couple of cat-cows with a bit of a difference. So, onto a tabletop position. Hands are always splayed, remember, and your hips are above your knees and your shoulders are above your wrists, if possible, okay? You can come back a little bit, you know, you don't have to be stacked right over, you can come back a little bit if that's a little bit more comfortable. So, let's just start off, pop your tops of your feet on the floor as well. So a normal cat-cow would mean that you would be inhaling and pushing this tummy down to the floor, okay, and really stretching the front of this body, and you'd be exhaling and coming and pushing your back up and getting a lovely, lovely curve into your spine there. So let's do a couple of these. You're going to inhale, head up, exhale, push that back up to the ceiling. Feel that between your shoulder blades. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to your chest. Just do a couple more of these in your own time if you're used to doing these. That's it. And inhale and exhale. Nice wee way to warm up for our next exercise, because we are going to be doing our cat-cows, but we're going to be circling our hips. Now what that means is that we're used to sort of tucking our chin in and flexing the front, just like we've done. But what we're going to do this one is come back to a neutral spine. We're pulling this tummy button back towards our spine at the back. That's it. And we're going to as if you've got a hula hoop around your wrist, okay, around your waist. That's it. So, your hips aren't coming forward that much. You're sort of doing a circle, as if you're sort of painting a circle with your hips. You're not really going down and up too much. Okay, you're trying to keep as still as possible. But what you'll feel when you're doing this is you should feel this in your glutes. But you can feel it a little bit in those hip flexors as well. Okay, just when you're popping your hips out to the side there. So keep going in one way. Okay. And then you're going to change and go the other way, okay? So it's not a hip circle that we're going back. We do these sometimes. You're really staying quite static and you're sort of as if you're sort of in a barrel and you're painting the inside of the barrel with your hips. So it's sort of as you look down, the circle is facing you, okay? So keep going, really nice to warm your hips up, this one. And then we're going to go on and do another variation of cat-cow, which I will turn around here for. We're going to stay in that tabletop position and you're going to pop your leg out to the side, okay? Now try and put the sole of your foot on the floor for some grip, okay? And that's the only difference you're going to do, and you're going to carry on with the cat-cows. So you're going to inhale and look up, and exhale, tuck that chin in. Inhale, look up, feel that stretch in the front of the body, and you'll feel it in here as well and down the side of your leg, the inside. Exhale. So do a few of these. Inhale and exhale, and feel how that changes because you've got your leg out to the side. That leg's really working. Now, that's it. Inhale and exhale, okay? Bring that leg back in and pop the other one out. Remember, try and get the sole of your foot on the floor, okay? And then inhale and exhale. So it's the same as the cat-cows we were doing before, but we've got our foot out to the side and we're just noticing how that feels. Okay, and you should be feeling it as you were before in your spine and your core, but you're also feeling it in the inside of that leg just here. That's it. Amazing how just a small variation can feel so much different. That's it. And just go as slow or as fast as you want, as long as you're inhaling on the way up and exhaling on the way down. Lovely. Now, we're going to come and lie on our backs. We're going to do a reverse pigeon pose. Okay, so coming down onto your back, you're going to take the right foot and cross it over. So it's kind of in a figure 4 here, okay? And push this knee back. Don't push it back forcibly, but have it back as much as you can. We don't want this, okay? Unless, of course, your mobility doesn't allow that, but push it back. Now, this might be enough for you, okay? Because we're trying to open up this hip here, okay, on the right hand side. So remember your ankle, we don't want your ankle all floppy. Get it right over, the ankle joint right over that thigh, and then bring that bottom foot up so that your shin is parallel, okay? You can stay down like this if this is enough, or you can bring it up. Now feel how that opens up that whole joint, even just lifting that leg up, okay? Now what you can also do is you can hold on if that feels a little bit better for you. And if you want to, you can lie down as well. Because what we're trying to do is just open up this whole hip area down here. That's it. Feel that working. You feel that right into your glutes. Because what we're trying to do, although we're focusing on our hip flexors here, we're trying to work the whole area. Okay, warming the whole area up, stretching and mobilising the whole area. So bringing your foot down, we're going to do the other side. Okay, foot up, remember, we don't want this, we want this knee back, because you'll feel that, see when you put that back, you'll feel that just right there in your hip flexor, okay? You don't feel it as much if it's there, but as long as you're feeling it, okay? So remember, you can stay here if you want to, or you can lift that shin up and hold on to it. That's it, hold on to the thigh and lift the shin up. That's it. And just feel how that's working into your glutes, into the top of your thigh as well. Try and keep your feet flexed if you can. That just protects your joints just a little bit more. That's it. And a nice deep stretch. That's it. So coming back down. Now we're going to do a couple of rocks and rolls. Remember how we got up before? We lifted our feet, didn't we? And we gave it a couple of goes and then we rocked right up. So we're going to do a little bit more of that, and I hope you've just not eaten. So now if you don't fancy doing that, what you can do is just really slowly come down and very slowly come up, okay? Because what we're trying to do is get you rolling along the spine, okay? So what you can do is you can hold on to your legs like this, or you can hold on to the back of your thighs as well. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to try and roll the whole length of your spine. Watch out for the furniture behind you, please, okay? So you're rolling back, right up to your neck and right up again, okay? Try and get the momentum going as well. So you're rolling back and up, okay? Giving your spine a really, really nice awakening there, okay? So coming back and up, and it shouldn't be painful at all, okay? And just do as many as you feel comfortable for. Now remember, you can just come down and leave your feet on the floor and then sit back up. Again, that's okay as long as you're getting the same sort of motion. So coming down and up, that's it. Down and up. Okay, something a little bit different there. So coming up, we are going to come up and do something to get our heart rate up just a little bit, and of course get our hip flexors involved as well. So crossing your legs, you're going to come back into tabletop position, okay, like this. Tuck those toes in this time. We're going to come up to a downward dog. So tuck the toes, pop your bottom up in the air and come back to downward dog. Now walk the dog, so bend those knees. Okay, that's it. Feel the stretch. We're all nice and warmed up now. So give yourself a wiggle about, get to feel nice and comfortable. And then look ahead and you're going to walk up to your hands. Try and keep those hands on the floor if you can. Bend your knees if you have to. Okay, and then we're going to inhale, look up and forward fold. Okay. So just fold forward, feeling your stretch up the back of the legs. That's it. And then we're going to inhale, hands up and down by our side. So we'll do our sun salutation, and all that means it's just a series of moves that are all together. A wee mini flow. Okay, but we start in chair pose. So let's just think about chair pose for a while. Our feet are together, okay? You can have your feet hip width apart if you like to, if it makes you feel a bit more secure. And remember, hips and knees go back, okay? So you're as if you're sitting in a seat, hips and knees come back. Make sure we've not got the bendy back thing going on. Just tilt that pelvis and bring your hands up. So that is a chair pose, and that's how we start, okay? But what we're going to do is come to the front of our mat, okay? You're going to come back, so bend those knees, hips back, okay? Then sweep your arms up into the chair pose, okay? And then you're going to forward fold, but bring your hands, keep your knees bent, bring your hands to the floor, and if you can, straighten your legs, okay? Then inhale, we go up onto our fingertips, and then you're going to step back. So plant those hands on the floor and step back to a plank, okay? And if that's too much, pop your knees down, okay? Otherwise, we're in our plank, and we're going to lower ourselves to the ground, knees down or not, you're going to lower yourself down. So your body comes slightly forward, heels are pushing back, and lower yourself right down. Hands are into your rib cage now, tops of the feet are on the floor, and let's come up to Cobra Pose, okay? Remember, you've got that wee bend in your elbows, a tiny wee bend, and your shoulders are super relaxed as well. Okay, tuck the toes, and we're going to come straight up to downward dog. That's it. Check your hands are shoulder width apart, your feet are hip width apart. That's it. Now, we're going to turn the left foot in about 45 degrees, and we're going to step this right foot forward towards our hands, okay? So left foot is turned in, right foot steps forward, just as far as you can manage that, okay? And then you come up into warrior one pose, okay? So your foot doesn't need to be right forward. Then we come down again, hands either side of your foot, come back into that plank pose and lower yourself down again. Now from here you can do your cobra or up dog. So tops of the feet are on the floor regardless, and cobra, come up as before, or if you're going to come up into up dog, you engage the top of the feet and you're lifting yourself off the floor. Okay, turn the feet round and come up to downward dog again. Okay, now this time turn the right foot in about 45 degrees and step forward with your left. That's it, come up into that warrior pose on the right hand side, and just pause here for a minute. Can we feel that in our right hip flexor? Because that foot's right back and it's really, really stretching it out. That's it. Then hands either side of your foot, shift that foot back into a plank pose, lower down, and if you want to come up to up dog, you can do, or feet, thighs can be on the floor. So coming right up to downward dog from there. And we're going to pause for a few breaths here. Let's just check in. Hands are shoulder width apart. Feet are parallel, pointing forward. You're looking up at your navel if you can. That's it. Pushing that mat away. Tailbone high. Thighs are engaged. Feeling your breath, okay? Then we're going to inhale, bend your knees. Now you can walk or you can jump towards the front of the mat, but come to forward like we did before, okay? Feet together, and we're going to inhale, look up, and exhale, forward fold over those legs again. Now we have to come back up into our chair pose. We're coming up from a different angle this time, aren't we? So sit back with your hands on the floor. Sit back as if you're coming into chair pose, knees back, coming up nice and strong in those legs, coming up into chair pose. That's it. And then come in and exhale and stand at the front of your mat again. How did that feel? So that's a sun salutation B. There's lots of different versions of a sun salutation, but that's the Ashtanga version. Really good for just getting the heart rate up, and you can do as many of them as you want. Okay, so you can do them on their own, or you can do them as part of a practice like we are doing now. So, coming to the front of your mat again, now that we're a little bit more warmed up, we're going to raise our hands up, look at our thumbs, press those palms together, okay? Reaching for the sky with your palms, with your fingertips and your palms together. Then we're going to exhale, forward fold. Now come forward, bend those knees if you need to. Hands on the mat. Inhale, look forward. We're lengthening the spine forward at this stage. Hands on the mat and jump or step back into your plank position, okay? So stepping back's absolutely fine, but if you're going to jump, plant your hands on the mat, okay? And you're going to jump very gracefully back. That's it. So remember, your feet are hip width apart at this point. Your heels are pushing back, okay? And what you're going to do, remember your knees can be down, but you're going to lower down anyway, even if your knees are up or down. And you're going to come down to here, then go all the way down. Tops of the feet in the floor. Cobra pose. Okay, or up dog. Looking up. Tuck those toes at the back, ready for downward dog, and engage your core and come right up. Now remember, your heels don't need to come to the floor. They need to just be on their way there. That's where they're stretching towards. That's it. Pause here for a few breaths. And what we're going to do now is we're going to raise our right leg up, just straight up. We're not twisting. We're not doing anything. We're just coming into a three-legged dog. And then we're going to step through between our hands. So bring it forward, right into your chest, step forward. If you don't get that right through in the first time, don't worry. Just lift it up and bring it forward. It's not a perfectly choreographed dance, remember? It's our practice, and sometimes our leg will come through and sometimes it just won't. So don't worry about it. So that back foot is going to come down to 45 degrees, just like it did before. And we're going to come up really strong through the middle, okay? Now just check your knees at this point. The front knee shouldn't be falling in. It's strong. This is your foundation. Your feet are planted in, okay? They should feel super, super secure down there. Have as much of a gap here, much of a stretch here if you want. If it's not enough, come forward a little bit more, okay? Hands are out, nice and relaxed. We don't want this. Nice and relaxed, warriors. Okay, you're looking along your front hand and you're feeling that thigh at the front working, and you're feeling the stretch in the back one. Keep that knee pointing nice and straight, not falling in, and we don't want to be leaning forward either. We're up, our torso is straight and our hips are to the side as well. Okay, so just staying here for a little minute or so. And then you're going to put the back hand on the thigh, flip the front hand over, and then bring this up into peaceful warrior. Okay, so you're feeling a massive big stretch up the back, the side of your body here. That's it. Feeling those feet, because your legs really haven't moved at all. They're still in the same position. We're going to come and put our elbow on our knee. Now we're not dumping our weight on the knee, and you're going to pop your hand right up. So you're getting a straight line from those fingertips right down to that back foot. Okay, and if you can, look up. Now if that's too easy for you, you can put your hand on the floor. That's no problem at all. Stay in there for a second or two. That's it. So wherever you are, if your hands on your knees, you're going to come back to peaceful warrior. So remember, hand is on the thigh. Okay, other hand up. And then we come into our warrior two position. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to straighten that front leg, okay? And we're going to just swivel our hips round a little bit. So adjust that back foot if you want to. That's it. So we're pointing forward a little bit more, and this foot is straight. You can have still a small bend in it if you want to. Because what we're going to do here is put our hands out. We're going to come into triangle pose, Trikonasana. And rather than just coming down, we're going to move out over that front leg, then come down. Now put the back of your hand against the calf here. You're rotating your chest round and looking for up to that hand that's up there, okay? You can have your hand in a block. You can hold on to your toe if you want to, but as long as your back of your hand is on your leg and you're rotating your torso round, that's absolutely perfect. Okay, so from here you're going to bend that front leg and put your hands either side of it, and this back foot will swivel round a little bit. It's not an angle anymore, it's more straight, and you're going to put that back knee down. Okay, so we're going to do a winged dragon pose. So I'll come round here, show you. So we are in this sort of position here. Your back knee's down, okay, and you're just going to come up, and we're just going to push this very gently, this knee out. Now you can come onto the side of your foot as well, and where you should be feeling this is in here, right in here, okay? So push out, a nice bit of resistance there. That's it. Pushing out. Just adjust it as you need to. I'll come round to this side again. Okay, so coming back, put both your hands on the mat, okay? Tuck that back toe and come up into your low lunge again. So we're going to lift the right leg and come back into a downward dog again. Feet, just remember, your back is nice and straight. You're wrapping those nice shoulder muscles round, pushing the mat away, heels towards the floor, walk the dog if you want to. So left leg comes up this time into a three-legged dog. And we're going to bring that through and put that between our hands. Okay, I'm going to turn round just so that I've not got my back to you for this one. So we're in our low lunge here. Now remember this back foot, you're going to swivel it to about 45 degrees. Okay, and you're going to come up nice and strong through the centre and come into your warrior two position. Just check your knee. Knee shouldn't be in front of the toes either. Nice relaxed shoulders. That's it. And none of this, remember? Nice and straight. And you should feel so secure in that position there and feeling the stretch right in here. That is what we're trying to target after all. So front hand flips up, back hand comes onto your thigh, and then remember your legs don't move. That's it. Just get that stretch right up the side. Bend those knees a little bit more, the front knee a little bit more if you want to. Then we're going to come and put the elbow on the knee and that lovely straight line, okay? Remember your hand can be down here on the floor on the outside of the foot if you want. And we're rotating up the way, okay? That's it. So coming back to peaceful warrior. So that back hand comes down there and the front one comes up. and then back to warrior two. Now remember, we straighten that front leg at this point. You don't have to have it completely straight, but straighten it up from the bent position as much as you can. And remember, adjust that back foot. It can point a little bit more forward to enable your hips to sort of come round a little bit to do your triangle pose. So arms are out again, okay? And you're going to come out over that front leg, then come down to your triangle pose. Now remember, back of the hand is here against the leg, or you can have it on your toe if you want to. Looking up. If that's too much for your hand, you can have it wrapped around your back. Okay, so coming back up again. Okay, you're going to put, remember, you're going to have a slight bend in your front knee and come down into that lunge, swivel the back foot and put the back knee down, okay? Then you're going to come up and just put your hand on this knee here and push it out. So I'll come round this way a wee bit. You can have that underhand on the floor, so like this. And you don't have to go on the outside of your foot. You can just quite happily be here. You might not have much of a push on there, but you might want to, actually that feels really good. And so keep your thighs, the angle the same with your foot down at the back and push that knee out. And you should feel it right in here. That's it. So, coming back up, put your hands either side of your foot, straighten that back leg out and come up to downward dog. Okay, you should be nice and warmed up by now. That's it. And then from here, you're going to come down on your knees, keep your knees together, feet together, put your bottom back, put your head on the floor, put the tops of your hands on the floor and come into a child's pose. And we've already done a little variation of this at the beginning in our wide child's pose. But we're just using this time to check in with our breath again. Are we still using it like we should be? How are we feeling? And if you're maybe a wee bit out of breath, taking this time just to catch your breath. That's it. So gently just coming up into a kneeling position. I'll turn round and face you. So we're going to do Gomukhasana now, which is a cow face pose, and it's a sitting down pose. And I'll show you how we're going to do this. You're going to take your left leg first of all, okay? And you're going to have your knee pointing out the way, okay? So your foot will be off to the right here. And you're going to take the other foot and cross over. Now cross over as much as you can. You might only get to here. That's okay. It depends how open your hips are. So you're going to sort of walk your foot round or use your hand. Don't haul, remember. Walk, heel toe your foot round. Now what you're kind of, if you can get to, is having your knees sort of stacked like this. If you can't get that, that is okay, all right? But what you should be feeling is it in your glutes here. You should feel quite a big stretch in there. So if you're only maybe round to here, but you're feeling that in your glutes, that's okay. So come round as far as you can, heel toe that foot. That's it. And as I say, big stretch in that upper leg. And come in and just have some prayer hands here. Okay? Nice and relaxed. Because what we want to focus on here, you can do all sorts of manner of things with our hands, but just focus on that stretch in that hip area, breathing into it. Okay, if that's too much, you can always sit with your feet on your hands as well. You can sit like that if you want, as long as you're feeling that stretch. Okay, and then what we're going to do is come, keep your hands in front of you, and come and twist to the side. Okay, so you're looking off to the side. We're getting a little bit of a core twist in there too. And then come back round to the middle and go to the other side. Okay, back round to the front. We'll do that once more. Round to one side. Round to the middle. And round to the other side. Wonderful, you should be feeling that quite a bit in your hip by now. So we need to do the other one, okay? A couple of different ways we can do that. You can just simply untangle yourself and set yourself up, or there is another way to do it. We can do a bit of a twizzle, if you like, which means that you're just going to kind of put your feet down and you're going to do a little bit of a spin and it'll get you in the right position, okay? So just stay with me here. So get your feet sort of ready to get up in them and you're sort of going to go round in a circle. So hands on the mat like this and then you stand up, okay? Right round, keep those feet where they are and then come down. And lo and behold, when you come down, your knees are in the other position. So you don't have to do that. You can just get up, line up that right knee to the front of the mat again, and then do the other leg. So get yourself, and take a bit of time, get it right, okay, until you feel that big stretch up there. That's it. And then come up with your hands. Okay, and just settle in there for a little second. That's it. So coming round to one side with a wee twist, turn round to the middle again, and coming round to the other side with a twist, back to the middle, nice, slow and controlled, round to one side, back to the middle, and round to the other side, and back to the middle. Lovely. Now pop your hands behind you, untangle yourself, that's it. Put your knees in front of you, and we're going to do a version of, remember those windshield wipers we did at first, so just loosen off those hips by going back and forward, okay, because it can be quite intense, that sort of pose as well. Okay, hope your hips are feeling good. Okay, we're not quite done yet though. So we're going to come round onto a tabletop position again. So hands and knees. Okay, tuck those toes and we're going to come up to a downward dog. So tuck the toes, bottom up, and then get yourself all nice and comfy in a downward dog. And we're going to be doing a pigeon pose, okay? So what we're going to do is raise our right leg up like we did before. And this time we're not going to put our foot between our hands. We're going to take our knee and sort of try and get your knee to your right hand, okay? So you're in this sort of position here, all right? So you're sort of in a lunge on your knee, okay? So we are here, okay? Now flip this back foot so the top of the foot is in the floor, okay? Try and heel toe your foot out a little bit, okay? If you've never done this before, then just bear with me. Now try and keep your hips sort of square, okay? And then just take a bit of time, fiddle about, and come up to your pigeon pose, okay? So a nice straight back if you can. You can always bring this foot out further if you like, but where you should be feeling this is in your hip flexors, that's it, and you will feel it in the other hip as well. So fiddle about with it. Try not to fall onto that. You know, we don't want you to be sitting like this or resting on that buttock because that is tempting to do. Okay, you might be off the ground. Now, you by all means use a block under that other buttock if you want to. That's it. Or if you feel you want a wee bit more, you can come down into sleeping pigeon. So that means coming right down. You can put your forehead on the floor and just intensifying that stretch just a little bit. That's it. Now, if this is all far too much for you, what you can do, and I'll turn this way so you can have the deer pose instead. So what you can be doing is, remember how we did our knee in the first one, we had our sort of knee pointing out to the front. Well, you can do that, but bend this back leg, okay? So you're sitting like this, you're always sitting nice and straight, but you've got this bent knee front as it would be in our pigeon pose anyway, and the back leg's bent, okay? So you can do that, and it maybe just will ease you into it just a little bit better, okay? So choose whichever version you want. Pigeon pose is a little bit more intense, okay? I'll show you from the side what this deer pose looks like. Okay, leg is bent, okay? So just pop your fingertips on the floor, nice straight back as usual, and you'll still feel that opening in the hip. It's just maybe not quite as intense. okay? Or you might be in your pigeon pose. That's absolutely fine. So wherever you are, hands on the mat, you're going to tuck that back toe and you're going to try and unfold yourself up into a downward dog, because we have to do the other side, don't we? That's it. So left foot up, knee comes down towards that left hand, and you pop your knee down there. Now, back leg goes down, flip the toes. Okay, get yourself comfy. Remember, hips are square. Remember, it is an intense pose. So you can come onto that buttock just to get yourself comfortable. Well, when I say comfortable, you know, as much as you can, and then you can come up. Really, when you sit up, you can really feel that. Okay, so you're up here on your fingertips, feeling that intense stretch. Or you can come down into sleeping pigeon pose. Or you're in deer pose, which means bending that back leg and bringing it out to the side. Okay, and split your legs as much as you want to. Okay, it's a really nice variation actually. And it's not to say that you're bendier if you can do pigeon. Some people's hips are just made a little bit differently. And if you feel a better stretch in deer pose, do that instead. That's absolutely fine. So wherever you are, you're going to bring this back leg back. You're going to come onto your hands. Okay, pop your legs behind you and come back up into downward dog pose. Lovely. Okay, and then you're going to bring that knee forward again, just like we did for pigeon. But we're going to bring the other one forward as well and cross the legs at the back. And so that when we're sitting down, we're on our bottoms, okay? So we're going to do a couple of Navasana poses. Excellent for the hip flexors, really good. And again, variations are always an option. Most important is your chest here, okay? We don't want you doing bridge boat pose like this. That's cheating and it's really bad for your lower back, okay? So always chest up, lower back is engaged and it's working, because it's, you got to, you know, get the muscles working to support it, okay? Otherwise your lower back is going to be really sore. Okay, so variations are, you can have your tiptoes on the floor and your hands lightly behind your thighs, chest up, okay, because you're still using your core when you're doing that. Or if you can, lift your shins so that they're parallel. Okay, if that feels okay, put your hands out. Now remember, look how high up the arm. We don't want this, don't want any curvy backs. We're up. Okay, and if you want to, you can start straightening the legs as well, as much as you want to. Okay, so choose whichever one you're going to do and come up, chest up. Remember, up. That's it. Nice sailing on our boats. Then come down and cross your legs. Plant your hands beside your thighs here and lift that bum up. Okay, come up again. Remember, you can be here. You can be here. Okay, here. But this chest is really important. So whichever variation you're going to do, and you should be feeling this in your core and in your hip flexors. That's it, surprisingly. So come down, cross your legs, hands behind your thighs and lift. Back down and back up straight away, no slacking. Okay. Coming up. That's it. Back down, cross those legs, lift that bum up. Excellent. So let's just lie back. Okay. Lie right back. Stretch your hands above your head, point your toes away, give that core a lovely wee stretch off. After that, and we're going to do a happy baby pose now, okay? So we're still on our back, feel your spine lovely and flat there. You're going to come and bring your knees up like this, okay? You're going to try and hold on to the outside of your feet, okay? So if you can do that, you can also hold on to the back of your thighs, but try and get your feet first of all if you can. Then bring them up and you're going to bring them wide and down, okay? So you've got the sides of your feet, you're pulling down and your legs are really wide apart, but feel that opening. Your whole pelvic region is just really opened up. And it feels strange at first if you've not done it before. I know this. Okay, now remember you can be here as well. Okay, your spine's nice and flat. Just feel this, the whole area is opening up. Okay, so you're here, pulling down, down, down. And if that's a wee bit, if you want more, you can straighten your legs. That just, well, they don't need to be completely straight, but start to straighten them and that'll intensify it. But you're pulling down, that's it. Increasing that stretch if you want to. That's it, keep that breathing going. Just feel how that's stretching absolutely everything down there. That's it. Nice deep breaths. That's it, bringing your legs in and down, hands beside you. Feet hip width apart, and we're going to do that really slow windscreen wiper again, okay? So the lower back is in contact to your top of your bottom. Okay, we're going really slow, and that feels really nice as well after the happy baby. It's always nice to do this after a big hip opener like that. And we've done a lot of big hip openers tonight. That's it. So back and forward, super slowly. Put your legs straight out in front of you. Lift one leg up, just like we did at the beginning. Pull that in. You might be able to pull it in further now. We've done quite a lot of stretching tonight. Pull it right in until you feel it right in here, okay? We don't want any lifting and hauling into position, but we do want you to feel it. Bring that down, and you know what's coming. Bring the other one leg up, up. That's it. Really pull it in, get a really nice stretch. And then bring the other leg up to join it. Rock from side to side. That's it. Feel those legs. And then you're just going to take a big inhale, exhale, and come to Shavasana position, which, if you need reminding, is legs are out, flopped apart. Get your socks on, your blankets, whatever you need to feel comfortable. Hands are out to the side. That's it. Head, just everything's relaxed. Flop onto your mat. Okay, I'm going to sit up, but you guys stay sitting down, lying down. That's it. So get comfy. Okay, this is a total relaxation pose. Get comfortable. That might mean putting a jumper on, blanket, as I said before. And this is complete relaxation. So let your breath go. Just let your body be in as natural a state as possible. And you can start to soak up the goodness of your practice. That's it. So just start to feel your body sinking into the mat because you've worked hard, and it's really nice to just let your body relax for a little minute. So starting at the very top of your head, your crown, just start to kind of feel it switching off, okay? It's got a couple of minutes rest here. So start to feel it switching off. And then you're going to come down to your face, your forehead. Relax that forehead. Relax your eyebrows and your eyelids and your eyeballs. Just feel them all switching off one by one. Right down to your cheekbones and your ears. Your tongue just sitting nice and relaxed in your mouth. Switch off that jaw. Can clench your jaws sometimes. Right down to your neck, the back of the neck. Just all switching off. Down onto your shoulders and your arms, your forearms, your hands, the top of your hands are on the floor, and it's all just checking out for a couple of minutes. Then to your chest, down onto your abdomen, feeling your abdomen rising and falling, but really, really relaxed at the same time. Down into your pelvic area, into those hip flexors, switch them off because they've worked hard for you. Into your quadriceps and your buttocks, your hamstrings, all of that area, big, big, big area, worked hard. And your knees and your calves, your shins, your feet, your heels and your toes. You've just pressed the off switch for just a few minutes. So feel with every exhale that you take, your body's getting more and more relaxed. It's going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper every time you take an exhale. And just relax. So starting to just deepen your breath a little bit, starting to come back into the room. Just feel your breath getting a bit deeper, feel your consciousness coming back a little bit. Start to inviting a little bit of movement back into your body very slowly and very, very easily. Nice deep breaths. Then rolling onto your side before just coming to sit up completely. There's no rush, just please take your time at this point. So thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope this practice heals and strengthens your body and mind. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining in the hip flexors class. I hope that's loosened them up a wee bit for you. Let me know how you're feeling after this. And I'll see you back here again for another yoga class. See you later.